see you again. You're welcome to another sit down on Ellen Hub. I'm just here, as usual, with the amazing Dr. Sarah Joe. Dr. Sarah is a mediapreneur. She's a team lead of Ellen Hub, and she's a lecturer at the university. Dr. Sarah, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Bells. Bells is also a lecturer, by the way.
Great. Okay. So today we're here to talk about BBN, more like a follow-up of what we spoke about the last time we had this kind of an outing. The last time we sat down and talked with Dr. Sarah about the bigger picture. Dr. Sarah, that video, the bigger picture, sparked so much reactions. A lot of people had so many things to say offline and online about what you, the new perspective from which you made them to see the BBN show. How do you feel about those reactions?
Oh, first of all, great. And that's the whole idea. When we come on media, or whether as a professional or someone that is in the field, it's important to get people to see beyond the normal, beyond the usual. So I'm really excited. I know I got some kickbacks from people saying that position is like you're advertising for this platform, but that's not the idea. Once again, the message behind what I said was to get us to think beyond the physical or beyond the normal, to think about, once again, the bigger picture. So I'm really excited that people got the message. Some did, at least.
I know I did. Okay, so also when we sat down last time, you said at that time that you had no emotional attachment to any member of the house, any housemates. And you've had more time pass since then. Have you changed your opinion on that? Is there somebody you like specifically in the house?
I think all the housemates are courageous. Because that's not something that everyone would normally want to do or partake in. But I don't have favorites because I'm not watching them. With all due respect, I believe that the housemates are the lower rung of the food chain. I'm just keeping a focus on the bigger picture. What makes this program sell? Why is it so successful? And what can we do? What can we learn from this program? Whether it is to replicate in other sectors and other fields, or as a businesswoman, what can I learn from the success they have attained in order to make my business better, or just to think about what else is there, because this platform is massive. And the contestants, they know this themselves, and most people do. And we've actually seen evidence on the streets that it's actually a massive platform. So yes, it's the bigger picture for me, not becoming kind of attached or becoming a fan of any one of the housemates.
Oh, great. All right, let's delve into the real reason why we're here. Yes. And that's the fact that a few days ago, you went on the platform to talk about how you could accurately guess who would win at the end of this 72-day show.
Yes.
And people have been, what? Is she now a prophetess? Is she, does she have some kind of secrets that we don't know about? What gives you that audacity to say such a thing?
Okay, so I'm not a prophetess. No, not in that sense. I like to prophesy on myself, but that's like a personal practice, born from religion and my own beliefs. But no, this is pure research, understanding how media works. You and I were in the field. We read all these books, and then we're able to capture some of this and do research. And based on our findings, we're able to make solid predictions. Even though those predictions are not finite, we can point at least 90% of the time that these things are the case. What gives me the audacity, therefore, is not juju. It is research. Okay. And what does research really mean? I'd like to break it down here. So there's a way media works, and we have a thing called the logic of platforms. Legacy platforms, newspaper, radio, TV, and then social media affordances, whether it's Twitter, Facebook. There's a way that these platforms work. And if we understand how it works, we know that, of course, BBN is on TV. That means it follows a particular format. And if you're able to master, understand that format, then anyone is able to make those predictions about who is more likely to win, because you're not acting outside the normal. They're following a particular script. And this script that I mean is, what do we consider news? What sells? What is considered newsworthy? There's a way radio and TV works. They follow a particular principle. We have things that we call news values. What makes a story newsworthy? We have our routines. We rely on pictures, images. We rely on sources for content and information that we share out there. We have also what we call norms. They believe in objectivity as opposed to subjectivity. And objectivity in this case is not about truth. It's about fairness and balance in our reportage. So when you look at values, lots of research have been done and there have been evolutions. There are some things that will sell on social media that may not sell on legacy platforms. And then there are some that will sell on both. I'll read out something to you now, a citation from the work done by Hackop and O'Neill in 2017, looking at how legacy platforms are quite similar to social media platforms. So he talks about exclusive content, bad news, conflict, surprise, audio visuals, shareability, entertainment, drama, follow-up, relevance, magnitude, celebrity, good news, and the news organization's agenda. The argument they put forth here is any of this can make a story newsworthy. So my argument is this, therefore, that anyone on the platform who is able to keep the audience sustained, entertained, whether by being a celebrity, or by giving us something that we consider exclusive, or by being a bad person, or something sad happening to the person, that person will last long on the show enough to win. But there's also another element called emotionality, which is something that I did in my research to talk about that, to say, anybody in the platform that is able to get us to feel sad, to feel happy, or to anger us, or to make us react to or respond to their humanity, that person also has a very greater chance of winning. So this is how media platforms work. BBN, or the organizers, they know this, and these are the things they're going to deploy. For instance, they've introduced a new set of housemates to the house. Yes. That's the element of surprise. Yes, it's a news value. It's the way media works. To keep your interest sustained, they have to tweak things. They have to change things. They have to make people believe, oh, that there's more. And that will sustain your interest. And therefore, anyone within the house that's able to give us a surprise element, anyone within the house that's able to make us respond to the person's humanness, that person is sure to last on the show. You know what happened with White Money? And the Pere Maria conversation about being a wildcat and all of that. It seemed as though that White Money was now being pressured or victimized. And so it was easy for him to be saved. People responded to that thing because nobody wants to be in that position where it seems like, oh, because you've done something right, you're now being negatively portrayed or you're being targeted. So it's that response to humanity. And I know that a lot of celebrities were already talking about is, oh, vote for white money, vote for white money. That's the same thing I want to talk a little bit about celebrity culture as well. Anyone that's able to get the attention of celebrities will also do well. Because why? Celebrities are massive. They have the massive followership. They can just tweet something and all their followers will jump at it. So if someone with a very massive platform like Davido or Wizkid, says, oh, my fans, vote for this person, then the person too will have a very great chance of emerging winner. Wow. For example, Luco Rose is almost a celebrity in her own right because she's got like more than 1 million followers on Instagram. And that's a lot in the context of social media capital. So all of those things matter. Anyone that is able to make us respond to their humanity, their humanness, in a way that we can resonate with, then we'll respond to that person by rewarding the person with votes. Anyone who also, for instance, yesterday, some tweets emerged about one of the new housemates, DMK, that she's been targeting some and being insultive to some celebrities. The natural response would be, the fans will be like, oh, this person is not our friend, and they are not likely to vote for that person, especially if someone like Wizkid emerges to say, oh, don't, or fans by themselves, because they're quite protective. We know how the celeb world works. So somebody like that may not really last long on the show. What am I trying to say here? There's a way media works, and those systems, that logic doesn't necessarily change. Anyone that is able to capitalize on any of these things I've mentioned is sure to emerge winner in a way that will resonate with the largest form or the largest number of persons who vote, active voters. The person is sure to emerge winner.
Oh, wow. There's quite a lot to think about.
There's a lot to think about, I agree.
Thank you so much. Before we go, can you tell us a little bit about Elan Hub?
Okay, once again, Ellen Hub is a digital media platform.
Okay.
We're all about news, opinion, entertainment, inspirational content, and educational content, and interviews such as this one. The whole idea is to give people the platform where they not just receive one thing, but you receive several. For instance, if someone were to subscribe on this channel, you know you're going to get content about news, opinion, entertainment, educational. So rather than one thing, we are being many, and that's something that's quite refreshing and different. As a lecturer, I also want to have a platform where my students can actually express every form of their media-ness, if there's a word like that. So that's what it's about.
Great. It's been a pleasure having you here. You've given us so much to think about.
Yes.
Wow. I think we have to put some of these things into practice to see. Of course, you said it's research, so let's see how that pans out. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We'll come back next time soon.
Yes, I think there's a lot more to talk about in terms of BBN, and I am really excited about the lessons we're learning. Now, for some persons, they've not heard or they don't know anything about emotionality, now they do.
Yes.
They don't know much about news values, now they understand. So when you're watching, my idea is to get people to watch BBN. It's not wrong, depending on what your choice is. After all, it's for adults, only from 18 up. But when you watch constructively and look out for these signals and give us a response if you think that I'm wrong or you want to challenge our position here, because some of the things that I share, Bells agrees, even though she's not acting that way now, she agrees. And if you want to come up here and actually have your own part of the discourse, we're willing to hear and listen. That's what Ellen Hub is about.
Wow. What more is there to say? So, we look forward to hearing from you. Tell us what you think about this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.